Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Grandia 3. Last time we took on a very strangely placed boss fight against a not particularly powerful enemy. And we made our way through the first half of this area in between coming back from the Verse Realm and getting back to Bacula. This is the dig site. The enemies here have changed. Any type of hunter abilities around here don't particularly matter because pretty much all you fight around here are these guys, and they don't have a type that you can exploit, and I've got to get poison off you. Guild Mage, what do we have here? Flare Egg and Bomb Egg you can drop, and you are the same. As you may expect, the mages go along with a number of other types of enemies, and I don't have any SP. Let's not let you do Hellburner there. And finish off you. There we go. Yeah, the mages do a lot of the physically based spells there, or a lot of the magically based attacks, and then we'll fight a few other ones like snipers, and they'll be able to do more physically based damage. And I need an antidote. I have one of those. There we go. This area, it's somewhat easy to miss out on things, so just like the previous area we were in. So there are 9 total items here, including the smelling salts that we can no longer pick up. The Woolwolves also drop that, by the way, smelling salts, I believe. So I'm maxed out on them. Who do we have here? Looks like we've got at least a couple of different ones here. So the sniper can drop wind eggs, thunder eggs, and power seeds. The runner can drop a whole lot of nothing that really matters, and they're kind of normal attacks and attacking with their spear. The snipers have the most HP out of all the different varieties, and they can attack from a range, but they also have a powerful attack that hits, I think, like a whole bunch of enemy or a bunch of your allies within... oh, what's that called? Like a multi-shot arrow type of attack, and it's somewhat of a pain in the ass to deal with. So, let's get you freed from that. May Showers. I will show it off because it's annoying,
Pick a card.
but yeah, you don't really want to get hit by it. Again, like with the previous area, you're going to need to heal throughout a lot of this area. Well, yeah. This can hit multiple party members, and it usually hits all of those hits on each party member, so just kind of be aware of that. Let's not let them get off Hellburner. Fire Rings would be useful around here. I'm trying to remember, I think they have a chance of inflicting... Well, you got Dynamite. Well, we'll show off Dynamite, sure, why not? And you have Hell Vacuum. We'll show that off, too. Or you could die. That works too. Yeah. It's basically like an attack that we've seen hundreds of times before. As you can see, their huge HP doesn't make it a little more difficult to kill off. Again, wind and fire elemental spells are pretty much your best bet. Things like Boomer and let's see, what's another good spell to use? Howl Nado. Both are relatively powerful spells and do a decent amount of damage. Quake can also be useful if you need to hit all enemies, but try and stick to the other ones since they use less MP and tend to do more damage anyway. Okay, so I was right about the May Showers attacks, or wanting to equip specifically the Mithril Rings to protect from them, because not only does it hit all party members, it doesn't cancel, but it will inflict paralysis. So you want to protect against those, which is why I remembered to put those on. Alright, so as you can see, there is an egg hiding up there, so we're eventually going to have to get up to those, and what will end up happening is we'll cycle through. Ooh, I like books. Guardian book, I already have one of those, I believe. Let's see here. Who would benefit from that? I think, yeah, I already had one of those, and I don't really need it right now, but it's nice to have extras of things. Alright. Don't think we can get in the house. You can use those if you want to take down the enemies slightly easier. What else? Am I missing anything? I don't think I'm missing anything. Well, that was easy. Alright, so yeah, this area is, I don't know, it's somewhat bland in a sense. Come on, you can go the right way. It's just all the same color. Okay, I took care of those two groups. I do note as far as special goes, even though I don't need to level anything up, still using a lot of energy drive to fill up the gauge, especially so Ulf can continue to get Red Lotus and Dynamite Rush off with kind of consistency in battle there. So that'll make life easier. Another note is the magic spell Halnado, as I've mentioned before, has a 40% chance of inflicting confusion. If you confuse an enemy, it's like any further attacks against that enemy will be more powerful. At least this is my understanding of how it works. I'm not 100% sure, but every time I inflict confusion on these guild enemies and use any type of attack on them, they seem to be weak to it. Either that or they just happen to be weak to physical attacks all of a sudden, and they just happen to be weak to earth attacks all of a sudden. So, you know, take with wit what you can get. There's some dynamite. What about you? Do you have anything interesting? No, not particularly. But Boomer is your bread and butter as far as pure damage goes. Now that we have this, we can, you know, we don't have to worry about building up specific things and saving SP, so we can readily cancel anybody again when I really haven't been doing it for quite some time. But yeah, you can see they're... some of them seem to take more damage from physical. I'm not sure why that is. I'm not sure if that's like a specific one of them or what that's supposed to be. Let's throw that up. Anything else? There's items over there. Now, as soon as you step on these things, they fall down, since apparently Yuki is heavier than multiple sandbags. As soon as you step off, it goes back up. I'm not exactly sure how... Well, I guess Yuki and company would be, you know, heavier, but doesn't seem like they would be that heavy. Now, there's guys up here, and they will jump off. So let's just do that here. Alright, finished off those guys. Now, we have a dead end over here. I believe we can climb up here. Yeah, they hid one up here, which you can't really see from down below. Or maybe you can. And I just am blind and I didn't see it. That one contains a golden ring. Unfortunately, there's no jump button to allow me to jump off there, and I gotta climb down the ladder all over again. But enough of that. Let's see here. Having a little campfire over here. How fun. Alright, we finished off all those guys, and just the two treasure chests over here. No special, you know, powerful one guy. There we got ebony armor and a bishop book. Alright, let's take a quick look at those. Ebony armor halves all elemental damage. This is finally better than the rune armor we've been using for a long time now, because it basically does the same thing, except in increasing our magic defense, it cuts elemental damage in half. Now, I'm not sure if it's on par or the same amount, but I like to think that it is, and I find it's a good choice to put on whoever naturally has the lowest resistance, which is you. So we'll give that to you. You have really low resistance, but you take half damage from all elemental damage. So hopefully it balances out. The Bishop book. Very much meant for, you know, a magically based character. Let's see here. That can help you. No. And no, not really my choice right now. Eventually, once we get to town, we'll be salvaging that lucky book for all of its glory. So don't worry about that. And when we do that, then we'll want to use a different book, probably that Bishop book. Now over here we have a dead end path with a couple more fights and a couple more treasure. Alright, finished off those two. And here we get a life seed. Not the best of the seeds, because let's take a look at our items here real quick. Yeah, the seeds we get, if we get it for a stat, it increases our stat by 3, and our stats are relatively low. But increasing our maximum HP by 10 really isn't all that much in the grand scheme of things, even if you have like a full complement of 9 of them. Now I am backtracking from the save point because I did skip over something in particular, because I knew I'd have to go do it after. It cycles me around a little bit, and it does contain more friends. Hey, come back here. Alright, finish off you, and if we head around here, there's the treasure chest we would have seen. And that one contains a pearl ring that's just for selling, so that'll get us some more money. And we'll blow up that guy. Yeah, I don't know how something blows up and doesn't blow up the 2 explosive devices right next to it, but, yeah, well. You could use it to take on this guy if you wanted to. Alright, finished off that one. Now, sadly, in order to get this egg, we have to step on this and absolutely make sure that you don't walk off of it, otherwise you will not get the lake egg. Not that we particularly need it, especially considering what I know about what's coming up. But as you can see, that's brought us all the way back. So I'm going to throw on fast forward, and we're going to make our way quickly back to where we were, since we were basically at the end of the area, and now we had to come all the way back. As I said, there's supposed to be 9 items in this area, and I believe we've found them all now. So, all that there is to do is quickly save here and head back to the desert. Now, I never went over here to show it off, but they never acknowledged this. This is the area I said wasn't, like, it was closed off, that we couldn't go to. There were literally like a barricade of like rocks or wood or something like that in the way, and all of a sudden they're gone. They never really acknowledged how that happened, but okay, sure. Now we're going to throw fast forward back on. This is the point in time where you're probably supposed to deal with this guy. Now that we have, you know, more powerful abilities and such. And I don't even have Beast Hunter on right now. It really doesn't matter. This guy is nowhere near as difficult as he once appeared to be, so you still want to cancel his powerful attacks, but we can actually damage him now. You're going for normal attack. I'm going for Galactic Bang. I'm going for Galactic Bang.
Feel the power of 1,000 suns.
And yeah, this guy isn't really a boss anymore. He's kind of just a strong, normal enemy. Still takes a little while to defeat, but we have Ether Eggs, we have Galactic Bang. We could use things like a Stray Zap and... oh, what's the powerful ice one? I'm not remembering it right now. Yeah, I can't remember. Anyway, you can use those too. They also hit multiple times and do quite a bit of damage, but that's entirely up to you. Yeah, we've already dropped him to a third of his max HP there. Let's see if I can get Zap All to work on him to demonstrate that he is susceptible to stun, even though it doesn't last very long. He's going for me. Do I want to do anything in particular? Dynamite Rush. Was hoping to learn a secret method, but no biggie. He still has relatively high physical defense, so it's not the best move to use against him, but I was just more hoping to learn the method than anything else. Tornado. I don't have the confusion protection on anymore, so that's kind of sad, and I didn't heal before this fight, because, yeah, ow. But all healer. That's what we have it for.
May the fates hear
yeah,
my
it's,
call for
like I said,
aid.
it's not a boss anymore, but it is a strong enemy, that's for sure. He does have a bit of recovery time after that, so... there we go. I'm going to go heal right now anyway, so Galactic Bang.
Power of 1,000 suns.
Now, I believe I picked up all of the items from the previous area. I'll go back through the footage of the last couple of episodes at some point and double check. In my test run, this is where I actually got the Lilith
I can do
Staff.
it if I try.
And that's actually where it went into my notes to attempt for it earlier on in the game. But yeah, the experience is still way better than anything else you're going to get around this point in the game. But it's nowhere near as ridiculous as it once was, because we've had access to quite a bit more experience than, well, not than that in a normal encounter, but we've had a lot closer to that amount of experience from the normal fights around the areas we've been to. Wonder if everything's okay. Don't you think? Yeah, let's go ask her. Go ask her, bro, that guardian she saw. Whoa. Hello. That wasn't there before. I feel like I've seen this sign somewhere before. Glad you're back. What is the sign doing here? Sign for the new supermarket put up here. Really, they got a whole bunch of people together and they built it. Oh boy. Yeah. The one who helped her build it. Oh yeah. Okay, so I guess she's gone now. What about you? Got a fight. Okay. What else can we do? Who else we talk to around here? The stock of everything has been upgraded throughout the village here. So we can go buy new things. Oops, no. So we can buy new spells now. Halva, we can finally buy these. They cure pretty much any type of status ailment, so we want those. Actually, I didn't want those because I'm going to create something that's going to extract to that, maybe, I think. Yeah, well. We'll deal with extracting things later and fusing eggs to get pretty much most of the spells that I want for the rest of the game now. What else have we here? We could go to the inn, but we don't need to. Let us go check out the general store, because they have some new weapons around here, I believe. Mithril sword, I believe. I'm going to go double check my shopping list here. Okay, we're back. So yeah, one mithril sword, one thunder staff, one morning star, one pair of sun cards. Pretty much everything we can find here is better. Save for the armor, we still don't want anything to do with that. This one, you may want this one for someone like Donna. If you don't want her to have the confusion protection, it's got way more defense. She doesn't need the resistance anywhere near as much, so you may want to pick this up. I don't personally like it. I like the confusion protection, but there's that. You may want to pick up some of these for later, but for the most part, I'm not a big fan, and this place will always be here later, so we can come back and get them if I decide I want them. Don't need any of those anymore. They still have the mithril rings for sale if you didn't get a chance to get them earlier. We got a bunch of extra confusion amulets from fighting enemies. Sickness amulets. Sickness is the replacement in this game for plague, the status from the previous game. We only need 3 now. I forgot to go over this when we got it, but I will go over it momentarily here. You can get revival gems if you want them. I don't care for them. Res potion. Let's pick up a few of those. Healing gem restores to everybody. Let's pick up a few of them. Curse remover. We have vaccine. Let's pick up a bunch of those. Non-elemental damage, but it doesn't have cancel, so I don't really care for it. Before I forget, let us sell some things that I don't need anymore. Yeah, I never used the lightning sword or the ice brand from before. I don't think there's really a use for them. I just picked them up in case. Let's see here. Where? The golden ring. Yeah, I always think this is just for selling because of its high sell value. Prevents all status disorders. We only need 3 mithril rings going forward. We only need 3 sickness amulets, and we only need up to 3 of the confusion amulets and 3 of the sleep amulets from now on. It is really nice to have this. Pearl ring, just for selling. Sapphire ring sells for a lot. Those are for selling. Sheepskin, we already know what those do. Those are for selling. And yeah, that's pretty much all we need to do in there. One more stop, and then I think we'll call it a day. I have a big list of things to do off screen, so. Alright, let's see. We have Water Mastery, we have 2 of those. We want to pick up 2 Wind Masteries. And Endurance negates damage from minor attacks. Again, if you want to go back to Saboteur and just fight enemies there to increase your expert levels, these are useful to have, but as far as like continuing on with the game, they're not really worthwhile. So we have all the things we need of those. You could pick up extra Wind Mastery and Water Masteries if you want. I probably don't need them. Well, you know what? Screw it. We'll pick up 2 more of these just because I don't really need the money. Ah, yes. It's such a nice feeling being able to do this. Lucky Book. The Luck skill. Enemies drop more money if killed by a character equipping Luck. Legendary Thief. Enemies more likely to drop items. At maxed out level 3 to Tech. This basically means 100% drop rate. 100% drop rate if you kill enemies with that character. This does not apply to magic, but it does apply to moves. So Yuki walks in and whirlwinds 5 enemies, they all drop items, assuming he's got that at level 3. And then Hero's Tale increased experience gained. I don't use that because levels aren't really necessary at this point. But yeah, best book to get ever. There's only one thing that can really compete with it. And well, I can do more of this stuff after. We'll deal with that at a later date because I want to run and do something else real quick now that I think about it, to make my my work off screen a little bit easier so I can do it all kind of at the same time. Where am I going? There we go. So we want to be able to create more mana eggs. So we need to head back to Saboteur to make sure that we have all the things that we could possibly need for that. So before talking to anybody else... Oh, we gotta talk to Rulia first. Fine, this episode just got longer. Okay, fine. Alright. Let's go to the Chief's tent here. Which I believe is this one. Chief's tent has changed into this mess. Yeah, it does look kind of different, doesn't it? I knew it was wrong. Entrusted with the duty of protecting the town. It's just that I was following... Oh. What kind of revolution are you talking about? Revolutionize Bacula. Oh. I'm starting to get a headache. Yeah, let's go talk to her real quick. Then we can run back to Saboteur. Why are you just kind of... like, you're doing like quarter squats or something. Why are you just standing there like that? That's just weird. The thing is, they make a big deal out of this point, but the dialogue's not even voiced. It's barely a cutscene. And it's not even very long. Well, glad to see you're doing well. What happened? A lot of things. So many things. And then we get a fade out. It's like, oh, that's what happened. So it's not like there's much to this cutscene, quote unquote. There's not much to it. But anyway, the important bit, yeah, the Guardian that you once saw. We need to find a way of continuing on with our plot. Only heard a voice. Okay. The Vejas Jungle, or Vejas, I have no idea how I'm supposed to pronounce that. I'm going to pronounce that wrong the entire game. Good thing it's not a long, well, it's kind of a long area, actually. Alright. Vejas? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Oh, right. Hold it. Sorry, but, already made plans to go to the... You want more kebabs. Yep. Yeah, it's a little rude. I don't know if we can leave yet. If not, then I guess I'll do only some of the stuff off-screen that I was planning on doing off-screen in between episodes. Actually, you know what? It's taken long enough, and there's enough stuff we can do next time that I'll be able to do it after the next episode. So we'll just cut her off here, and then next time we'll head into the inn. We'll do that scene. We'll do a couple other things, get some nice items, and then following that episode, I'll do all the stuff that I was going to do after this episode, but they're not letting me, so. Anyway, that's all for this one, and I'll see you guys next time.